గ్యాంగ్ తో ఓ 5 ఏళ్ళు, హై స్కూల్ మేట్స్ తో ఇంకో 5 ఏళ్ళు, ఈ కాలేజ్ బ్యాచ్ తో ఈ 5 ఏళ్ళు, చేశామంట ఎన్నో సందళ్ళు, చూసామంట ఎన్నో సరదాలు, ఎదలో నిలిచేనంట మన ఈనాటి అల్లర్లు, ఎన్నాళ్ళు ఎన్నేళ్ళైనా. చెప్పేద్దాం ఈనాడే మన ఈ లైఫ్కే వెల్కమ్ పలికేద్దాం, వెల్కమ్ పలికేద్దాం ఈ రోజే మన న్యూ లైఫ్కే. అమ్మా నాన్నతో ఓ 5 ఏళ్ళు, గల్లీ గ్యాంగ్ తో ఓ 5 ఏళ్ళు.
culmination of years of relentless academic pursuits. It is a celebration of the sweat and dedication that have shaped every student's path. Talent and potential are like seeds carefully nurtured, given every opportunity to flourish. Graduation day is a moment we witness the blooming of this harvest, an eagerly anticipated event in every student's life, symbolizing the fruits of their hard work and determination. It is a day of pride, a day of celebration, and a day of accomplishment that signifies the beginning of new responsibilities. As we bid farewell to familiar solaces of students' life, we prepare to venture into vast unknown desires of career. The graduation degree does not mean that an end of an era, it is a new chapter of enlight in the student's life. The ceremony begins with a customary academic procession, and we warmly welcome you all to the 12th graduation ceremony 2025 of CMR Engineering College.
I invite our esteemed secretary and correspondent, Shri C.H. Srisalam Reddy Garu, onto the dais.
A very good morning to one and all. The graduation day of the college has been called to distribute the provisional pass certificate upon the candidates of the CMR Engineering College who have been certified worthy of the degree by the Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. I have great pleasure in declaring upon this graduation day. Thank you.
Graduation day even so. And now I would like to invite our respected principal, Dr. A. Srinivasula Reddy Garu, to speak a few words.
Vice President Fresh Works, our respected management, Sri C.H. Bhupal Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman, Sri C.H. Srisalam Reddy Garu, Secretary and Correspondent of CMR Garu, Director CMR Set, Dr. Shesh Kumar Garu, Principal CMR Set, Dr. Jagga Reddy Garu, Director CMR Institution of Technology, all other distinguished guests, HODs, deans, all other professors, faculty members, and especially today's graduates have been getting graduated on this day are the proud batch of our CMR Engineering College. First of all, I congratulate you all, and also I am thanking and greeting the parents on this proud moment. Really, this batch has done so many wonders and many contributions. You are all, to my understanding, you are very close to my heart. Hope you enjoyed these 4 years of your journey, and you had many learnings, not just the knowledge, skill, and as well as just some graduate degree, but also you have learned lot of values, ethics from this prestigious institution. Hope these qualities will definitely lead you, guide you, support you in your future endeavors. Hope all of you will remember whatever the kind of preachings and teachings that you got from all our respected teachers. I think whatever they rendered, it is not just the education alone. I believe and I thank all the teachers, those who have imparted values and the life skills in these 4 years of journey. I can tell you, these 4 years of journey, it will be the golden era in your life, because it is not that you have just earned the degree, but also you have really earned many valued friends, and the network that you have built here that will definitely help you in achieving many more milestones with reaching greater heights in the career, and also it will help you in your successful life, which will definitely bring laurels to not only to the institutions, but also it will be really rendering satisfaction to your proud parents. Hope this particular graduation day will be a memorable day for you, because you may later pursue your degree, or you may be going and pursuing your career, of course in the form of job or other entrepreneurship and so on so. But this is the cutest moment all of you will be definitely remembering. I can only tell you one simple motivational thing. Please, what you learned here is, as a philosophy in CMR, as a one family, we traveled. Hope the same spirit you will definitely maintain wherever you go. It is something like not just gaining any materialistic things, but you should understand that we should gain and we should win the minds and hearts of the people wherever you work. Hope this mantra will definitely help you in your future endeavors. And also, I request you all, do remember the alma mater always. Wherever you go, you please keep up the prestige of the institution and as well as you individual yourself, so that I think you will be recognized wherever you go as a CMR ECN, and whatever the work you do, obviously that will reflect the prestige of the institution. Hope institution has given you enough inputs to you, but the real world will be something different from the college. Obviously, you know how to really handle all those things with this 4 years of your experience. So with these few words, once again congratulating you one and all, and I am wishing you all the best for your future endeavors. You please do remember, right from the management who has given you wonderful infrastructure and support all along your journey of 4 years graduation, and also the teachers whom you should remember, because Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. I think జన్మనిచ్చింది పేరెంట్స్ అవుతే మనకు దశా దిశ నిర్దేశిస్తుంది టీచర్స్. మేబీ టీచర్, మేబీ ఇన్ ఎనీ ఫార్మ్. Please do remember and keep applaud the reputation of the institution and keep up the prestige of the institution, and I wish you good luck once again for your future endeavors. Thank you one and all for the opportunity. Have a wonderful day.
Your kind words and inspiring our students. Now I request dignitaries, parents and students to rise up for national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Our guest of honor, Mr. Sridhar Garu, Freshworks President, all our principals from CMR Group of Institutions, our secretary and correspondent, Mr. Sri Salam Reddy Garu, all our HODs and faculty members, and proud parents, and a warm welcome especially to all the graduating students from CMR Engineering College. It's a privilege and honor standing here and congratulating all the students who have graduated from this institution. I think it's going to be a different day from tomorrow, because you people have studied 4 years in this degree, and now you're entering into a world which is going to be really tough. You have to adapt very quickly and see what's going around. And nowadays, anywhere you see, it's all about artificial intelligence. And if you have to survive or grow in your career, you have to adapt, learn artificial intelligence, and see what are all the new things happening around you. If you don't adapt and learn what's around you, you'll be left behind. So think smart, be open to everything what's around you, learn quickly, adapt quickly, you will be successful. And I wish you all again a very big thanks for graduating from CMR Engineering College. Be a very good alumni of CMR Engineering College. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. To make this occasion more special, we are honored to have amidst us a very distinguished personality, an industry guest, Sri Sridhar Gaden, Vice President, Engineering and responsible AI frameworks. Sridhar Gaden is an industry leader with an impressive career spanning nearly 2 decades in leading technology, financial and internet organizations, including Yahoo and Microsoft. A recognized industry leader, entrepreneur, speaker and author, he actively shares his expertise through blogs, social channels and presentations at numerous conferences and seminars focusing on generative AI, career guidance and leadership. Sridhar Gaden's journey in the tech industry has been marked by collaborations with visionary industry leaders worldwide, from which he has garnered invaluable insights into the anatomy to rapid career growth. He is a firm believer in the potential of individuals to achieve extraordinary success through access to the right information, a specific execution plan and mentorship, passionate about democratizing these principles. Sridhar Gaden is committed to making them readily accessible, ensuring equal opportunities for all, regardless of their geographical location or financial background. Now, I would like to invite Sri Sridhar Gaden to deliver the graduation day addressing and administrating pledge.
Good morning, everyone. To the proud principal, the faculty, all the parents and well-wishers who accompanied these students today, and more importantly, the graduating class of 2025. Make some noise. You made it. You did it. Right? After countless sleepless nights and combined studies, the chai breaks in the middle of the night, and after all that, how does it feel today? So today is not just a graduation day, but it's a transformation day. And over the next 10 to 15 minutes, I want to talk about 6 principles that I've learned over the last 25 years of my life and career. And I'm really hoping that will change your life. Right? Let me start. So number 1 is you're not just graduating, but you're actually in the process of becoming something. So Steve Jobs, most of you know, is a legendary CEO, founder of Apple, and during his Stanford commencement speech, he mentioned one thing. He basically said, you cannot connect the dots looking in the future, but you can connect the dots only looking backwards. So today, after 4 years of hard work, and take this degree today, you may not know exactly how this education is going to help you succeed in your life. Am I right? You might be skeptical, you might be doubtful, but trust me, all the dots will connect in the future and you'll remember this conversation. So over time, with all the hard work of faculty and you are going to step in, and with every Viva you attended, every weekly test, every exam that you went through, something changed inside you, something solidified, and that's called resilience. So this resilience, my friends, and not the intelligence, is a currency of the future. Remember this. Number 2, the world does not care about degrees, but it cares about your grit. So David Goggins, some of you might know, a legendary athlete. He had a journey from going from an obese man to a Navy SEAL. Once said, you must develop calluses on your mind just like how you do with your hands. Most of you, if you see the hand, we have this thick skin developed here with a lot of hard work over years to protect you, to make you ready for something big in your life. You need to do that for your mind too. Make you stronger. But think about it, just like one of the gentlemen, sir, said before, the world outside is a little messy. They will judge you. They will doubt you. You will doubt yourself at some point of time. And your dreams, when you're sitting in the college, which felt very doable, when you go out, they might seem too big. And your skills and abilities that you think is so great today might seem small. But trust me, once you go out there and give your best with your resilience and grit, things will automatically start happening for you. If you just stay in the game and not quit and continue, actually be the last one standing, no matter what, you will win. And you will not just survive, but you will lead. How many of you want to lead here once you go out of this college? Make some noise. Number 3, the failure is a better teacher than success. So let me tell you something, something very radical. It's okay to fail. Actually, please fail, but just don't quit. Start a startup and fail at it. Give a startup speech, in your group, and then be ridiculed. That's okay. Build an app which nobody uses. That's fine. Do a project and see it crush. Right? Fall in love and have your heart broken. That's okay. You know why? That's because every time you fall down and stand back up, you are becoming unstoppable. And you are becoming stronger and stronger. And success will make you confident, will teach you confidence, but the failure will make you wise. And friends, the wisdom is something that will actually take you places much more than any title or any designation in your career in the future. So remember that. Learn to fail, and failure is a stepping stone for your success. Number 4, don't follow the script. Make your own script, write your own script. The Steve Jobs or David Goggins of the world did not have fancy degrees, or they did not have a rule book. Success doesn't have any rule books. You will have to make one as you go. But then they had one thing. They believed in themselves. They knew how to bet on themselves, and they had this discipline, grit to go after their goals, and then they made it happen time and again. So same thing for you. All of you sitting here have bias for action. Go out and make things happen, because the best way to figure out how your future is going to look like is actually go and make it happen by yourself. Right? Go make things happen out there. Number 5, and this is close to my heart. Success without purpose and without outcome is actually not valuable. It's like a memento or award sitting in a closet. So all of you going out of this campus, crossing these walls, will become successful. You'll make a lot of money. You'll scale greater heights. And I wish all of that for you, a great success going forward. But while doing that, don't lose your soul. Don't lose your purpose. Use what you have built to build others up. Be kind in the rooms that you don't have to be kind. Use your success to give choice and chances to people who are just growing up. And never forget the day when you walked into this college as a young adult and be a little vulnerable, little scared, right? Little insecure and confused. Keep remembering that day, irrespective of which is the height you go. Because success is not about how high you climb. Success is about how many people you carry when you are at the top. So take folks along with you and then celebrate the success together. And before I close, last but not least, after going out of this college, a lot of people tell, I'm going to create a story for myself. Right? I'm telling you, you're not going to just create the story, but you're going to be the story. You're going to be the walking, talking story. When people look at you, they'll remember the CMR Engineering College, the faculty, the great teachers that actually made you what you are, and all the hard work, the resilience that you had. You are the story. You're not the same person who's sitting here today who walked into this college 4 years ago. You all agree with me? And you have done a lot of hard work. I think you fought for it, fought for your success, and you earned a seat at this room today. And I challenge all of you. I invite all of you to go out there and in the market and go win, go make things happen. Don't hold back. Because the world doesn't need more engineers. The world needs more dreamers. It needs more builders, and it needs more doers. And that's why all you graduates, when you go out of this room, these walls and these halls, like out of the real world, just have a bias for action and make things happen, because the whole world and the country needs you. So with that, congratulations, class of 2025. I know for sure you are going to rule this world. Be good citizens, and then keep the CMR college flag high and all the teachers that actually spent their 4 years of life on you. And then go out, be fearless, never have a self-doubt. And I know you'll actually come out like the glorious and keep the flag high. Congratulations and all the best. Thank you so much. Alright, so I request all of you to stand up where you are, and we are going to do the pledge. After every sentence I complete. Yeah, this is first.
I request all the graduates to stand up, okay? Not the parents and attendees, okay? All of you maintain silence. You are now going to take up the oath. I request them to administer.
Put your hand forward. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and declare that if admitted to the degree for which you are qualified, you will in your daily life and conversation conduct yourself and become worthy members of the university?
Say I do.
Say I do. I do promise. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise and declare that to the utmost of your opportunity and ability, you will use your powers for the promotion of true learning and in the service of your fellow men? Do you promise? Do you solemnly and sincerely promise that you will faithfully and diligently fulfill the duties of your profession to which you will eventually belong, and that you will on all occasions maintain its purity and its reputation? You promise? Please take your seats. Thank you so much.
Move the tassel from right to left. Now you are graduates. Congratulations to all the graduates.
Congratulations everyone. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our respected chief guests for honoring us with their presence today. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Amru Sir, the Controller of Examinations, to announce the college toppers and the department toppers who will receive medals and prize money.
I request Chief Guest Sridhar Gade Garu, Vice Chairman Bhupal Reddy Garu, Srisalam Reddy Garu and Principal A. Srinivas Reddy Garu along with respective HO
respectful moments of this graduation day. The felicitation of our esteemed guest who has graciously joined us on this special occasion. It is with great pride and gratitude that we take this moment to honor remarkable individual who has made outstanding contributions in his respectful field. We are deeply privileged to have with us Sri Sridhar Gade, an industry guest. May I now request our respected principal, Dr. S. Srinivas Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman, Sri C.H. Bhupal Reddy Garu, Secretary and Correspondent, Sri C.S. Srishalam Reddy Garu, and all dignitaries on the stage to kindly step forward to do the honors of felicitating our esteemed guests. This token of appreciation is a small gesture from our institution to express our heartfelt gratitude. Your presence here today is blessings for our graduating students, and your journey will surely inspire them as they take their next step in the future. Thank you, sir, for accepting this honor with such grace.
Srinivasala Reddy Garu to the stage for the presentation of certificates for the graduates.
AML department to present graduates for the award of provisional certificates. I request head of artificial intelligence and data science, that is AIDS. This is the first and last batch of this particular department. I request Dr. Lakshmi Garu, who is the head of AIDS, to present the graduate certificates.
I present unto you the candidate in person in the artificial intelligence and data science who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. The names of the graduates will be read out by the HOD.
you.